sightseeing. This is Chaplain Bennett, or better known as Pastor Bennett. I am here with a quick video about the upcoming fast. I've gotten a lot of inquiries. A lot of people are very interested and excited about that. So I'm excited that you're excited. So I just wanted to come up here and give you a few tips, a couple of do's and don'ts for the fast just to prepare yourselves. So we didn't start this fast on the 1st because I wanted to make sure that you all were well prepared for the fast. Plus I wanted to make sure that the whole family was back from the holidays so that we could all do this thing together. So without further ado, the 21-day fast, it is a 21-day fast. It will begin on January the 11th, which is a Wednesday. It is also the same Wednesday we start back Bible study, so make sure that you come to that. And it will be going until the 31st of January. So the 11th through the 31st, and then it stops on that February the 1st. And we are just honoring God with our bodies. This isn't a fast asking God to do anything in particular. This is us getting closer to God. This is us honoring God. This is loving God by loving ourselves enough to be healthy enough to do the work of Christ. The two fasts that we have available, you can choose one or the other, is the Daniel fast, which is more of a traditional fast most people are very familiar with. Deals with eating lots of fruit and vegetables. Some grains are in there, some nuts, some beans, protein, things of that sort. And then the paleo fast, if you've never heard of paleo, is like the Daniel fast, just adding the meat in there. So it's fruit, vegetables, and meat. Now, with that being said, most of what you eat, even for paleo, whether paleo or Daniel, should be vegetables. That is the crux of what you will be consuming these 21 days. And the paleo also has a few more restrictions than the Daniel fast, but both of them, there's no dairy, there's no sugar of any kind. So I'm talking no honey, no agave. Yeah, please, no sugar, no fried foods, no processed foods. Sorry, gotta say goodbye to the French fries, and no bread. So a lot of people are gonna be hurting, but you'll be fine. You'll be hurt for Christ. He hurt for you, you can hurt for him, right? And a couple of do's and don'ts that I just want to put out there for you as you prepare for the fast. Do prepare your house. Do prepare your house. That's number one. Get rid of all the temptation in your house. You know where all your snacks are stashed. Get rid of your stash. Throw it out. You don't need it. If it's unopened, give it to someone else, a neighbor, a shelter. If it's not on your list, which we'll be handing out on Sunday, if it's not on that list, get it out your house because it's going to be too much temptation for you. Do go grocery shopping. So now that you've emptied your house, we're going to again give you that list. Start preparing your shopping list. Shop on the out corners of the grocery store. Not sure if you've ever seen the layout, but mostly you got your fruit and vegetables and everything that's on the outside. You don't even really need that stuff on the inside. But prepare, go grocery shopping. Read the labels of the food that you are picking up because a lot of those things have milk products in it. Everything has sugar in it. So if it has sugar, you see something that you don't recognize, it looks processed, it has too many ingredients, or it has words that you can't pronounce, you probably shouldn't be eating it. Chaplain Bennett said it. So do go grocery shopping. If you live somewhere or work somewhere where there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of temptation, I would suggest meal prepping. Go ahead at the beginning of the week, start preparing your food. That way you know, hey, I'm not going out to lunch with Jane. I'm going to just sit at my desk. I'm going to sit in the car and I'm just going to have this meal that I've already prepared full of fruits and vegetables and good things. So we're going to do that. And the question did come up, surprisingly. Not really sure why it shocked me. But yes, preparing your house means your children too. Yes, your children too. I didn't even think that was something I needed to. Yes, your house includes your children. That means if you're eating fruits and vegetables, why wouldn't your children be healthy? They can honor God just as much with the things that they do. They're going through things at school. The enemy comes and attacks your children. They need to be covered as well. No one ever asked a Muslim person, hey, is your child going to fast for Ramadan? Yes, your house includes your children. We've already implemented in the Sunday school for the children. They're not getting all that candy and chips in the back. No. So, yes, your house includes your children. The next do drink plenty of water. Plenty means a lot. So, I think the average now they recommend is up to 8 cups of water, which is about 64 ounces. Some places you can buy the jug. Some people like a gallon. It doesn't matter. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. You're going to want to wash out and cleanse that system. With water, that does include tea and coffee. Tea and coffee are okay. But again, with no sugar, with no milk. I believe almond milk might be on there, because the ones that are just almond and water, unsweetened, I will say. But yeah, tea is awesome. If you got some herbal tea, some green teas, that's actually very good for you. So I highly recommend teas. But either way, make sure that you drink plenty of water. Your body's going to really need to be hydrated. Do prepare your mind. So you've prepared your house. Let's prepare your mind. This is not going to be easy. It's 21 days of not eating whatever you want to eat. And for a lot of us, self-control is going to be very hard. So it's going to test you. But be consistent. Always remember and keep at the forefront of your mind why you are doing this. But don't be too hard on yourself. If you fall, just get right back up. We're not going to lash you for anything, but prepare your mind. This is not going to be easy. Generally, the first week will be the toughest. So I suggest taking it slow, not moving a lot, and not being around a lot of people, because as your body starts to get rid of all the sugar, moods tend to get irritated. So you become very highly irritable. So you're not going to really want to be around a lot of people, because, yeah, sugar is very addicting. So when you're losing that, it's just going to make you irritable. So please prepare your mind for that. Some people get headaches. Some people get fatigue. You really find out the hold that sugar has on your body when you get rid of it. So, yeah, definitely prepare yourself for that first week. It's just not going to be very easy. And also with preparing your mind comes start planning to have some study time with God. So right now you have a little less than a week. Hey, you know what? 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to set an alarm. This is what we're going to do. Or, hey, I'm not a morning person, but at night, 8, 9 o'clock at night, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to study the word. I'm going to pray. I'm going to do some praise and worship with myself or with my spouse. However you want to do it, go ahead and put the plan together so that you can execute it on Wednesday the 11th, because you don't want to be scrambling because you didn't think of these things in advance. So go ahead and get that taken care of as well. And the final do is move your body. Diet and exercise, they really do go hand in hand. Like I said, for that first week, though, you might want to take it slow because you might be hurting from some things. However, going for a nice walk, The weather hadn't been like extremely cold, so definitely biking, hiking, whatever it is that you like to do, but get your body up and moving. Try to shoot for at least 3 to 5 days of physical activity per week. And we're going to actually try to have some things either here at the church or at Doughboy Stadium during the time on the weekends to make sure that you all are moving. We just want to move our bodies to get that exercise, get that blood flowing, and get the heart rate up. Protect yourself. So with the do's, we do have a few don'ts. Don't number one is don't starve yourself. There's a reason why I wanted this fast to actually be food and not, hey, let's just not eat for the next week. Because too many people take it too far and they develop eating disorders or bad eating habits. So I do not want you to starve yourself. Please, please, please make sure you're eating. Some people, depending on which one, between 3 to 9 times a day. If you're a soldier or if you're very active, you go to the gym for like an hour to 2 hours a day, you need to eat. And both fasts are already going to restrict the amount of calories that you're taking in because vegetables just don't have that many calories. So you're going to feel full by eating a lot less. So please make sure that you eat. Please don't starve yourself. The next don't overdo the fruit. So that was tricky. I've seen a lot of people in the past do the Daniel fast, and most of what they ate was fruit. And it really did nothing for their bodies. Nothing whatsoever. It was like, you might as well not have done it. Fruit is still sugar. Your body cannot tell the difference. Yes, it's still allowable, but don't overdo the fruit. Especially, if you're diabetic, bananas, grapes, certain fruit have significant amount of sugar in it. That is not what you want. Again, if you're an active duty soldier or you're somebody that works out a lot, by all means consume all your smoothies and whatnot because that's not going to harm you. But if you sit at home for the majority of your day doing nothing, you're not going to be doing much exercise other than a brisk walk sometimes. Please do not overdo the fruit. If you're diabetic, I highly recommend a few berries here and there, but not a lot and not all day. Please, please do not overdo the fruit. And if you're going to buy one of the little fruit cups, maybe the kids are taking it to school, whatever, I don't recommend those, but perhaps that's what your budget can afford. I would say, again, read the package. A lot of those things are in syrup. They have extra sugar added. If it says in syrup, you don't want it. If it has extra sugar in it, put it back. So, please, again, smoothies. People are just notorious for just gulping down the smoothies. And it does not help you at all. So please don't overdo the fruit. The third one, don't put yourself around temptation. Again, the Bible tells us to flee, right? So please, if your coworkers are going somewhere, don't just say, oh, I'll go out there to my favorite restaurant and I'll just have a salad. Why go? They're going to bring the plates to the table and you're going to be looking around and smelling everybody's stuff. Just don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it to yourself. If there's donuts in the break room, just don't go by the break room that day. Just mentally keep yourself right where you are because the temptation is going to come at you like never before. People who never brought stuff to the office, somehow there's going to be birthdays, there's going to be parties and celebrations. And you're like, what? We never celebrated that before? It happens every time. Please, flee from temptation. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41, Jesus says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So you might have all the right intentions, but that flesh gets weak. Don't do it to yourself. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13 says that no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful. And he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. Your ability. But with the temptation, he will provide a way of escape that you may be able to endure it. Find your way of escape. It's just 21 days, 3 weeks. Hang in there. You can do it. Chaplain Bennett believes in you. And finally, Jesus makes a very good statement to the Pharisees or to his disciples in Matthew chapter 6. And he tells them, when you fast, don't make yourselves look sad like the hypocrites. They put on a look of suffering on their faces so that people can see that they're fasting. The truth is, that's all the reward they will get. So when you fast, wash your face, make yourself look nice. Then no one will know that you are fasting except the Father who is with you in private. He can see what is done in private, and he will reward you. In other words, the final don't is, don't go around blasting and telling everyone that you're fasting so that they can have pity on you. We all know those dramatic people. Don't be that person. We all know that together we're fasting, so it's not something to say, hey, yeah, I'm fasting. I'm fasting with the church. Whatever. But if you go, oh, my head. Oh, I can't do that today. Oh, I'm fasting. And you're just making yourself just overly dramatic so that people can see how holy you are and they can just compliment like, oh man, I wish I could be like you. No, that is the wrong intention. That is not why we're fasting. So please make sure, again, it's going to beat you up the first couple of days, but then you'll feel great afterwards. So, but during that time, just don't try to milk it and telling everybody you're fasting just for the sake of getting that knowledge out there. All in all, we're in this together. If you need any support or you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. My information is always in the bulletins and up on the site. Just remember, we are honoring God with our bodies. So a lot of people tend to get confused like, well, I don't want to fast for health reasons. Why not? I mean, I understand, but it's okay. You can fast for health reasons. Fasting is actually very healthy, and there's a lot of scientific articles that are out now about fasting and how it does help the body. So we are doing this so that we can get healthy, so that in turn we are honoring God with our bodies. We can continue to be those disciples who make disciples. You just can't do, you can do but so much from a hospital bed. You can't do anything from the grave. So, the high blood pressure, the high blood sugar, whatever it is, I'm not saying it's going to cure you by any means, but it tends to lessen the load of what your body's overworking to do while we're continuously putting in bad things in our body. So just want to make sure we're doing that. And it also helps with that fruit of the Spirit of self-control. Man, one of the hardest, I believe in some cases, self-control. We can do the patience every now and again, the meekness and the love, but that's self-control. So can you control yourself? Can you control what you consume and what consumes you? Again, this is Chaplain Bennett. January the 8th, Sunday, we will have all the information you need. If you won't be in the service, please let us know, and we will email you the information. And, of course, this video will be out. We'll make sure that you get everything that you need. We equip you to do this fast, and we are in this together. Thank you, and until next time, be blessed.